This is the High Hour.
Roll up.
What's up? What's up? I'm your girl Q, and I'm here with my co-host Face G. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
And we have Miss Nisha Bellamy on the phone. So this week, what we're doing is, because we collectively love TV and movies, we decided to do review episodes because we talk about this, and I feel like our audience should share in our discussion. So today we're going to be talking about The Good Doctor. Now, if you guys don't watch it out there, it's a really, really good show. I know there's a lot of hospital shows, doctor shows, but this is a really good one. It's actually a South Korean show that they remade for American TV. So it's very good. It's about an autistic doctor and his trials and tribulations that he go through throughout the season, but also other relationships on the show. So my first question to you guys is, when you first started watching, because did y'all watch it in real time, or like me, just got onto it and watched all 3 seasons in like a week?
Well, I got on it on the second season.
Okay. When did you start watching?
Day 1.
Now, what show? Because for me, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, this feel like this other show. What show did it feel like to you guys?
Doogie Howser.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm like, do I say that? Because then people going to know my age.
Okay, Doogie Howser. Look it up.
Yeah, I felt like it was like House. I was like, this feels like another House.
House crazy.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You know, when I get things in my head, I have to go look it up and research it. And what's crazy, the executive producer is the executive producer of House. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I knew it felt like House. Like, it had that whole House feel.
I never seen House.
You never seen House?
I loved House too.
Ooh, you gotta watch House.
Yeah, but it brought me to Doogie Howser because that show was also about an underage teenage doctor who didn't escalate. Like, he was a genius and went through medical school all before his friends got out of high school. And the trials and tribulations of just adjusting and people accepting him.
And treating him different because he was so young.
And also going through puberty. You know what I'm saying? He's going through teenage trials and tribulations while being this responsible doctor. So it kind of, you're dealing with him dealing with autism and people accepting him. If you watch from the beginning, they didn't even want him at the hospital. You know what I mean?
No, they try to kick my boy out, or then send him to where they send him to? Pathology.
Yeah.
Well, he met his first little girlfriend there, so maybe we'll get to that.
Well, he got his first little ying.
So let's meeting his girlfriend. So who do y'all prefer? Leah, or what was the girlfriend name again? Carly. Leah or Carly?
Honestly, I like Carly for him. She has the patience. Accepted him from the beginning. It wasn't something she had to learn to do. Not to mention, to me, Leah a little thought box. So I'm like, she might be too much for him. He needs somebody a little bit slower. She a little bit hot. I don't know if that's gonna last. She's a little bit too much for him.
I also like Carly better for him, but in the show wise, I knew he always loved his friend.
But you know what? Most nerds, most guys, even if you look back to high school that wasn't the most popular, they always wanted the popular girl or the pretty girl in school. Even though they wasn't good for them, they would kind of look over or shit on their best friend that was digging them, or the really smart girl that was a better match. They always gravitate, and then it takes them getting fucked over to realize, I should have been with this one in the first place.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be with...
I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's too much for him. I don't think it's gonna last. I really don't.
I think it's going to last
half a season.
About 3 episodes from the end of next season.
That's what I said. Maybe the half or somewhere in there next season.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna last for a while, and I do this to myself all the time. I go and research and read too much information and spoil shit for myself. But the executive producer, I read an article and he was just talking about the finale of the 3rd season and why he did that.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
He was just like whether it works
Don't
or
spoil
not.
for everybody else.
No, he's explaining what happened and why he chose to put Leah and Murphy together at the end. And he was just saying he wanted it to be basically like a growth moment for Leah to realize and understand
it's more to a person,
that she was being prejudiced, that she was like that. And he was like, they didn't want, as a writer, he didn't want to just do it the old cookie cutter way where he saves her or something. They really wanted her to see that he was more than what she thought he was. Okay, and so that's why they put that whole situation of him saving that girl, huh?
He's made a comment that he didn't want her to think she's been I don't think she was being prejudiced. Mm-hmm. I think everybody knows their limitations and knows what makes them comfortable, what they can deal with, or what they want to deal with in a relationship.
I think she was being honest.
Does that make you prejudiced because you don't want to deal with the obstacles that's going to be faced with somebody that's autistic?
No, that's just not your move.
That's just not your move.
It would have been prejudice if she didn't even want to be his friend, but me not wanting to romantically date you don't make me. It's like, okay, if I had a homeboy that was gay, I'm your friend, and you like face, I like you, and I be like, hell no, I'm cool. That don't make me prejudiced. This is just not. That's just not my cup of tea. That's just not. I don't want that. I don't think she was being prejudiced because she loved the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think she was trying to save them both heartache because she probably felt she knew she couldn't be what he needed her to be. Like, I'm not
going to be. She know how she is. She gonna break that nigga heart.
That's what I said. She's too much for him. She's used to partying. She's used to this and bad boys. The other girl, her brother, was autistic, so she's dealt with that. She knows how to be patient. She knows that that's a better fit. So I think he's gonna come back around to her. I think he needed to explore this with Leah because that's what he thinks he wants. And I think he's going to come back around to Carly. So it's also a growth moment for him to see that it's more to Carly than what he thought. And that what he sees on the outside about Leah and fascinated with isn't all it's cracked up to be. She's a great friend. And you can have a really good friend does not mean you need to be romantic with them.
Look, I felt when she told him basically no, and he got mad and he snapped and told her she wasn't a good person. I felt that her telling him that was sign of I love you so much that even though I love you, I know I'm not good for you and it won't work. And I also respect that he finally let how that made him feel out. I think they should have grown from that versus bringing them back together because now I feel like she's being kind of selfish because now she's like, this guy is a risk taker. Maybe I could try, but deep down, I think she still knows it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And she should have stood on that versus, you know what, maybe it can because the thought of losing him hurts. Yes, because that's your friend and you love him. Not the fact that you want, you know what I mean? But she was like, I felt that hurt. Maybe I do want to be with him. Maybe I do. And I think she going to learn that she loves him greatly, but just not in that way.
Not in love. But that moment right there, Jermaine, would have been the moment that I knew for a fact I couldn't be with him. I can't deal with no grown-ass man throwing temper tantrums. And he can't help himself. You know what I'm saying? He reacts to situations differently than most. That whole, and you're the, I would have lost my shit. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I raised my kid and they didn't do temper tantrums like that because she knew better. I know me, I wouldn't have the patience. I could be your friend, but I need a partner I can lean on. I need a partner that I can confide in, not one that I have to handhold and coddle and teach like you my child when they were 3 or 4. I can't.
Yeah, I think she's in love with him. It's just gonna be a challenge that I don't think she's capable of.
Nope, Carly was the one to deal with it.
Yeah, but speaking of being in love, so from the very first season, what did I tell you, Tanisha? Melendez and Brown need to be together. And you was holding it in, and I'm like, they gonna get together eventually. Because they just, even from the first season, even when they was trying not to even show romantic connection between them, I felt it. And so when he got with Dr. Lim, I was like, oh, this ain't right. I was like, he should be with Brown. I was like, this ain't right.
Them two too bullheaded. They too strong. They wasn't gonna matter. They wasn't gonna miss.
So when I finally felt like I was getting my wish and my hopes and my dreams, you little executive producers of the Doctor, you rip my heart out and take him away. And I don't understand. So I want to get y'all reaction of that relationship. Like, how do you feel that relationship between Melendez and Brown was?
I didn't want them to hook up. You know what I mean? I knew they liked each other, but I didn't want them to hook up. I liked him with the other doctor. That's the relationship I wanted to grow. Um, when they finally had that little moment, I was like, well, I'm glad he died now, so y'all don't even have to explore this. I was mad that he died, but relationship wise, I didn't want to see that relationship go nowhere.
Explain that. Why?
Because, all right, I just didn't like them together. Like, I liked him with old girl. I liked it, the two bosses. I liked it, the energy of trying to figure this out. I liked it like, okay, are you going hard at me because you don't want to show favoritism? Are you leaning with me because you my baby? I liked it, that complexity of that relationship versus the Google Eye love of him and old girl. You know what I mean?
You know we can't be friends anymore.
Listen, no, I disagree. And I'm gonna tell you why. So you like a chaotic, dysfunctional ass relationship where it's always controversy. So the reason why
I like passion.
No, that wasn't passion. That was, again, they're both too strong. They didn't complement each other. So that's why they was always bumping heads. Wait, Jermaine, relationships shouldn't be bumping heads all the time. Yes, it's okay to have two strong-minded. So you still with Brown and Melendez, you have two smart doctors who found a conviction, but they have bumped heads. If you watch the show, they have bumped heads, but they also know and admit when the other was wrong or to share their feedback. The other two didn't. She would pull rank when needed to be. That's not how it works. Those two, she had issues with her family and showing emotions to let go. He complimented her. He got her to open up in ways that she didn't know she could. And then he needed somebody, like they complimented each other. What he lacked and needed, she was there for him. She made him laugh. You didn't see that playful, fun side to him like you did with her. That is not boring. That's long lasting.
It was boring.
That's his rider. That's the one he gonna sit back and talk shit with. That's the one.
Tanisha, that's all good in real life, but on TV, what I want to watch is different.
No drama, because I felt like she was being bossy.
It's TV.
And I wanted to cuss her ass. Like, oh, be talking to him like that. He just as smart as you. And
I know, and that's what I like. I like that feeling. This TV. I want to go through an emotional roller coaster. I want to be like, no, hell no. I don't want to be like, I don't want to watch Remy Ma and Papoose all day. I need some Stevie J and some Jocelyn. God damn it!
Oh my God, you just
drama.
That's why he divorced.
So do you guys think that
shot fired?
It was a smart move
bang, bang.
for them to take off Melendez? My take is
no.
This. I feel like I watch enough doctor shows from ER to Grey's Anatomy, like everything, all life. And I feel like the reason those shows was able to go the length of seasons that they did or currently is. I think Grey's Anatomy is in like the 21st, second some season. Like it's been on over 20 years, I believe. Is because, first of all, you gotta have eye candy on the show. And I feel like for us women, Melendez was the best eye candy on that show. And he was the heartthrob. He was like the Dr. McDreamy, Steamy of Grey's Anatomy. So I feel like they didn't have enough of him to warrant taking him out, because now it's like, who else do we have? I'm gonna be honest, like I don't even care no more. That was the series finale for me.
Remember when it first started, Brown was screwing the other intern? They got rid of him.
Yeah. So I feel like they didn't do a good job.
They're going to replace him with Brad Pitt. That's going to be the next surgeon.
It's still, they didn't bring anyone in to build them up before taking him out. So now you're going to come in with a new season with fresh new doctors that now we starting all over again to get invested in these characters. And it's like, and I think Grey's Anatomy does it perfectly, to where before they get rid of main characters that are beloved and all that, they add other characters and have them on there for seasons. So the audience is getting used to other people. So when they get rid of these iconic characters, it's like you're more so like hurt and grieving and nostalgic versus pissed. Like, why the fuck y'all do this? Like, did it? So I feel like they didn't have that balance of captivating you first with new characters.
I think that was the whole point, is the whole shock value. You bring on a new character, you like, okay, something finna happen. Somebody finna go. I think they wanted that. They wanted you to be pissed. That's like the people that work there, in their world, was pissed and shocked and couldn't believe it. I think they wanted to give the audience that same feeling. Your anger is what they wanted. You know what I mean? You being pissed off is what they wanted.
Yeah, but I don't think the outcome
it happens that way.
Because they then got so much negative feedback from the audience. I don't think it was a good move. For me, that was my series finale. I probably won't watch it again because of that.
Okay, so
listen,
and some people go watch to see what they gonna do after that. Because I'm definitely watching.
And I'm gonna tell her, and if I say it's good, she's gonna watch it again. But Keita, you look at it from like, you're in a TV industry, you're in that industry. I look at it from just a viewer who loves TV, and I agree they did it too soon. I was pissed, and not for the same reasons. So yes, he's a heartthrob, and I do like eye candy. And I do agree with, they didn't have anybody else with a good storyline, but they also don't have a good balance. When I say balance, the way he interacts with the other staff members and the other characters, as far as pushing them and then lifting them up, tearing them, what I'm saying? It's an even balance. That old doctor is not about to do it. The head boss, she doesn't interact with them enough. They go through their trials and tribulations, and even without him realizing, he teaches them a lesson. So they're gonna miss that wisdom that he used to give to the interns. Like, they don't have anybody to fill that role. Nobody else interacted with them and gave to their character what he gave, as far as wisdom, as far as, he was even a shoulder to cry on when they didn't even know it was a shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It might just be one quick remark that he gives that and make them think. So I think they screwed up by not having someone else in that role as well as eye candy. Like, they just don't have that supportive role that those interns are going to need. And like you said with Grey's Anatomy, they always had that. You always had several strong doctors. You had the chief, you had Miranda, you had several people that play intricate roles in their growth. You know what I'm saying? So you watch these characters come in as interns together, and they grow and they build friendships. They also had those strong, sort of like mother, father, auntie figures that you learn to love, the growth that they help instill, and then the relationships that they grew with them. And so the interns help them as well. They're gonna lack that. I'm waiting to see how they're gonna fix that. Because I was a little pissed too. Like, what are y'all?
Now listen, I'm going to kind of blend both of y'all, right? Because I didn't like it either, even though I made that other statement about they wanted you to be mad and shocked. Don't mean just because you got what you want. Now they said be careful what you ask for. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
might have wanted that, but they might not have wanted it how they got it. Now I was mad because I felt first off the show and the storyline was good enough where you didn't have to kill nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? The show is that damn good that you don't have to do the typical, well, let's kill somebody off to get them shocked and back in the show for next season. I think it was one of those try to get the ratings up so we can get renewed and hope for the best type of move on their end, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the viewer end, I just didn't see. It would have been better if it was a cliffhanger that he might die, might not die, and it went off with him flatlining or something, than actually killing him off. You get what I mean? You could
Right.
have still got that same. And then even if you killed him off next season in the beginning or 2 or 3 episodes down, I think you would have got more from it. For him to be that character, his dying arc shouldn't have been in a couple hours he's dead. If you was gonna kill him.
Right.
You
They
know what
didn't
I
even,
mean?
to me, give him justice. It's like, wait, what?
You didn't get to see the effects on all the other relationships yet. You know what I mean? Nobody had that in real life. Every one of them doctors would have came in there and had a word with him. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I felt it was premature. I felt it was a ratings grab, and I think they did the show a disservice by getting rid of that particular. They could have even probably got rid of. They could have probably even got rid of the cop
Yeah.
doctor. But to get rid of that character and the storylines that was building up, yeah, it was shocking. It's more like true to life and all that. But story-wise and production-wise, I think it was just a move done for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And the audience, either fan or production-wise, see that it was done for the wrong reason and it shouldn't have been done. And when you get that effect, you fucked up.
Yeah. So when
Honestly, they could have killed the old man off, which would have forced Shaun to grow even more because he leaned on him a lot. So that would have forced his relationships with the other doctors and for him to grow from those relationships and to stand a little bit on his own because basically he was like a father figure to him. You'd have did better getting rid of him than Melendez.
right.
You should let him die with that cancer.
Because when it happened, I called Tanja. I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm like, they go come back next season. Like,
We argued about this.
dude, we argued. I had to literally go to Google. And I'm like, I had to figure out and see what's going on because I can't believe this to be true. I'm like, why would they? It just didn't make sense to me for them to do this. And I'm like, okay, y'all can still redeem yourself. We know how TV works. Next season, they can come in and play it from that moment, you know, to where the girls are walking away like, oh, kind of in that final, now we're gonna bond because we lost somebody we love.
Come back up.
And he miraculously pulls out of it. That would be the smart thing to do for me as an audience. But I'm just being honest. I hold a grudge through and through. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care how good y'all say it's gonna be. I'm mad, so I'm not gonna watch it ever again. Like literally, when General Hospital, Jason left.
Sound like me.
I was about to speak to that.
I promise you, I did not watch General Hospital until he came back. Ever.
And she still don't watch it like she used to.
I don't watch it like I used to because I felt like Steve Burton tore my heart out, and I was very upset. But yeah, it's like I hold grudges. Like shows, you better get it right. Like I get it, you executive, and they not gonna kill the cop doctor because he's an executive producer too. I looked that up, so he ain't probably going. So
I didn't know that. That's
I know.
move.
I'm telling y'all, I don't play. When I get upset, I'm going to try to find out everything. Why y'all didn't do this? What's going on? So I feel like for me, they ruined it. Like, I don't know what y'all doing. I get it. You did House, but Any doctor show out there, I'm just gonna say this, and kudos to Shonda Rhimes. This bitch is genius. Grey's Anatomy has it takes you from being like a cult fan to just loving the writing to loving everything. Like the balance is just amazing. That
ER was good too.
But yeah, so think about it. ER went like 18 seasons or something. Like it went a long time too because it had those elements of building kind of like cult-like characters. Like you follow these characters, the show because of these characters. Like I watch Grey's Anatomy because of certain characters, and when they kill them off, it's like you're in mourning versus hating the show. I don't know. That's
with that aspect. I don't hold grudges. If I like a show, I'm going to watch because I've gotten attached to not just the people but the storyline. So like when you mentioned General Hospital, like she seriously has barely watched Chicago. Is Jason still on there? So the guy they replaced Jason with, I actually liked his character. No, he was not Jason, but he did a good job representing. But they realized we got to bring this original back. We cannot without Bert. So they brought him back and kept the other one for a little while. But I had Sonny.
How they do that?
That was his twin brother who ended up getting in an accident and having face change.
Yeah, remember a long time ago.
I remember that. That's when I started falling. I remember that.
They always bring it back. It could be something in a storyline. So for anybody out there, I've been watching General Hospital since I was 5. I ain't gonna tell you, but I'm well over 5. So I've been watching this show for many, many years. They will go back 15 years and pull from a storyline and create a reason why this character is here. And you'll be like, oh, like you don't think about it at that moment. But yeah, she had a twin that they sold or gave away or whatever.
Because that storyline started when he was actually Jason, the doctor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I will
way back then.
I will still watch. But I get the whole morning thing because like I grow with these characters. When they killed Lucky, because I was there when Lucky was a little kid and watched him grow up with Luke and Laura.
That's the one that died of AIDS?
No. Oh, I cried. I was stoned too. No, Lucky is the one that Alana pretended to kill. They thought he died in that house fire. And him and Elizabeth was together. Like I cried for almost 2 weeks. Like literally bawling tears. But I was so invested in other characters. And that goes back to what she was saying, Keita, with the Good Doctor. They didn't let us get invested in any new other characters. I'm still going to watch. My sister won't. That you mourn him, but you still look to see how these other characters are going to evolve. Right. The show is too new for them to be killing off main characters.
Yeah.
It's too new to kill off a main character.
Because I can't even mourn correctly. Like, it's like, y'all ended his death in literally 2.2 seconds because guess what? Y'all didn't probably have enough footage to mourn him correctly. Like, what the hell?
Too soon. You're not deep enough in. Like, with Lucky, they had all these flashbacks when he was a kid, him growing like, I'm just balling. They literally had his funeral for a whole week. Like, with just flashbacks and people talking about him. He wasn't that, just like when O'Malley died off of Grey's Anatomy. Like, that was a heart-wrenching moment.
Right.
But it was like, I moved on. It's like you grieve with your family and you move on. They became family. It was too soon to kill a main character like that off.
Yeah.
That's what it
Look, let me advise y'all, don't watch Game of Thrones then. Because, boy.
I watch Game of Thrones. So that's one of my
boy, they kill a man.
He got me watching that. Nobody's safe.
But see.
Nobody's safe.
But that's a different type of show. You expect people to die. Like, I love a fight, kick ass, cut somebody.
Right.
Type of
so something
I know it's built off, Al. It's built off to know these characters you love can go at any moment.
Right. So going into that, like, if I knew that going into a show, I can take it for what it is. Like, nobody's safe. I got it. It's cool. But this is a doctor drama.
Yeah.
This ain't no Game of Thrones where everybody. This ain't the real hospitals of Chicago and shit. Like, people ain't just dying left and right. Like, so it's like, come on, man, what's going
on? Even in Chicago, the doctor's not dying like that.
Shit, we don't know.
I love Chicago PD. That's our next show. So if you ain't watching, y'all get caught up.
Okay, so if we had to rate Good Doctor, what's your rating?
What's the rating system?
Um,
1 blunt, 2 blunt, or 3 blunts?
right. How many blunts would you give it?
I give it a 3 blunt. It's one of my favorite shows. Can I say 3
3
edibles?
blunters, baby. Yeah, you said 3 edibles.
3 edibles.
3 blunts.
I ain't messing with no smoke.
I give it 2.5 blunts.
Because they killed him off.
Cause I just don't appreciate it from a creative standpoint. It was an amazing show, very well written.
Okay, you can't judge it just on the last episode, Keita. Besides that last episode, how many blunts before that last episode?
I would give them 3. And that just goes
Okay.
This is why I don't like watching TV with you or my daughter. Because she's also a writer. And so they look at TV from a writer, creative. They can't just enjoy the damn show. They always try to pick it apart, always trying to overanalyze. Like, yes, I discuss and analyze what's going on with it with my husband, but y'all from a technical, like, y'all just take all the fun out the show. Sometimes you just gotta not bring your work home.
Nah, that shit just gotta be written right and did right.
Yeah. So I don't
See,
know.
the person don't look at it like I used to do hair. So when I was in the salon, and I get that it's hard. Like I'll see people I strip like they did not cut that, they did not blend that cut right. They didn't do, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to do it. Or even when I do nails, I'm like, yeah, they didn't do it right. That shape is off. It's not crisp. They did, you know what I'm saying? I get that it's hard, but man, I ain't talking about TV with y'all because y'all always go to a technical standpoint.
It is very hard. Like this, for me, the storyline has to be so captivating that I'm lost in it and I can't think about anything. Like for me, a show that did that and I knew it was amazing was Scandal. Like that show, but it could be because it was shot amazingly and written very well. But it pulls you into the characters and the script and what's happening. Like you can't even think about all this other shit. So you're so caught up in the show. So
that was too, right?
Huh?
That was Shonda too, right?
Dude, that's where you at, Shonda Rhimes? Can I get a mentor? Like amazing. But it's just, it has to be amazing, right? Like The Good Doctor, the writing was great. It was fantastic. And I was lost in it until they started making those moves towards the end of the last season. It was just, that pulled me out of it when they was making moves that just didn't fit right to me. That's it.
So we got
on
2
average,
3 blunters and 1 2.5. Well, 3 edibles.
Yeah. 3 edibles, 3 blunts, 2.5 blunts. You executive producers of The Good Doctor.
Well, I'll be tuning in for the next season.
Now, if she calls me and say there's a new doctor on, maybe from another show I may have watched, because I actually started watching The Good Doctor because of Dr. Melendez, because he was on Being Mary Jane. And so I followed him from show to show. So if y'all don't bring somebody else on I know and that I want to follow, I won't be watching.
What if he's just extremely hot though? Some newcomer that's just like just hot.
Then let me know, and then I may reconsider. But y'all better do your job. Y'all better figure this out.
But I do that too. I follow characters.
Yeah, like I follow actors, and too, like if I see them in something and they're great and I love it, I will follow other things that they do.
Yeah, he probably the reason why I started watching too, because when I saw the previews, I recognized him, and two, my daughter watches the Korean version. And she was like, Ma, I watched the Korean version, it's really good. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna check out the American version. So yeah.
So that it, guys. This has been the High Hour review of The Good Doctor.